Right at this very moment, a disembodied hand emerging from the darkness carves a mysterious code onto the wall in glowing letters. Hundreds of people in the hall scream in terror, and the ruler of a massive empire turns around, trembling with fear. The year is 539 BC. The place is the palace of Babylon, and the man before you is the Babylonian King Belshazzar. On that very night, he would learn from this mysterious code on the wall that he was going to die and his kingdom would be wiped off the map within hours. So, why did Rembrandt, one of the world's most brilliant painters, use a top-to-bottom puzzle in this painting instead of regular linear text? Let's go back to a few minutes before this night of horror. King Belshazzar was at the height of his power and was hosting a magnificent feast in his palace. Yet his hubris was so immense that, in a momentary intoxication of power, he committed a massive act of disrespect. He ordered the gold and silver vessels plundered from the Holy Temple in Jerusalem to be brought out. His goal was to drink wine from those sacred vessels, thereby proclaiming his own divinity and power. Look at the gleam of the vessels on the table. Rembrandt rendered the light on the metals so flawlessly that you can practically feel the luxury. But this hubris was the very sin that would bring about the downfall of Babylon. Just as the king raises his goblet and fills the sacred vessels with wine, the music and laughter in the hall cut off like a knife. In the air, a mysterious hand appears, attached to no body, emerging as if out of the smoke. The hand begins to write Hebrew letters on the wall. When you look closely at the painting, you can see that the writing does not look like ordinary paint. It glows like a divine light leaking from behind the canvas. By drawing this scene, Rembrandt uses this disembodied hand figure to tell of divine intervention and how the fate of kings can change in a single second. Now, let's focus on the pure terror on the king's face. The mighty ruler who, just moments ago, was shouting with hubris, is now at a complete loss, paralyzed by fear. His eyes are widened as if about to pop out of their sockets, and his body is tense. While his left hand knocks over a cup on the table, his right hand seems to be warding off an invisible danger. Look at the massive crown on his head and the gold chains around his neck. They are so heavy and majestic. But notice that the crown is about to slip off his head. Rembrandt used a brilliant metaphor here. The crown slipping from the king's head is the most concrete visual harbinger that he is about to lose his power, his authority, and very soon, his kingdom. The horror is not just on the king's face, it has spread across the entire table. Look at the woman directly to the king's right. As she looks back at the handwriting on the wall in absolute shock, she carelessly tilts the sacred golden goblet in her hand. The wine inside spills onto her precious garments and the table. In art, spilled wine often symbolizes the blood that is about to be shed. With this small but striking detail, Rembrandt whispers to the viewer that this banquet table will turn into a battlefield and a bloodbath within a matter of hours. Now, let's come to the greatest secret of this painting, the writing on the wall. While creating this masterpiece, Rembrandt consulted his brilliant rabbi friend in Amsterdam, Manasseh ben Israel. Written on the wall in Hebrew letters is many, many tekel uparsin. Its meaning is this: you have been measured, weighed, found wanting, and your kingdom will be divided. But why couldn't Babylon's famous sorcerers and diviners read this inscription? Because Hebrew is written from right to left. The diviners tried to read the text from right to left and could make no sense of it. Rembrandt used a secret theory of his rabbi friend and wrote the letters from top to bottom. Only those who thought to read the letters from top to bottom could crack the code. When you look at the painting as a whole, you can see Rembrandt's famous chiaroscuro technique. The light radiates only from the writing on the wall and from the king. The other figures in the background gradually fade into the darkness. These shadows represent the dark and bloody night that is about to fall upon the Babylonian Empire. According to real history, at that very moment, the Persian army had breached the walls of Babylon, and King Belshazzar was killed in his palace that night. In other words, this painting captures the final seconds of an empire right before its collapse. A story of power, hubris, and an entire empire wiped out in a single night. With that mysterious code on the wall, Rembrandt left a message not only for the king of Babylon, but also for centuries to come. No matter how much you trust your power, an invisible hand appearing on the wall one night can change your entire destiny. To not miss out on this mysterious series, don't forget to like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next mystery. Stay with art.